Alright, you guys, I am bringing you this channel late to my failure. I channeled this on the 23rd of October, and the guides really wanted me to get it out, and I just got way too busy with the store, and that mission came first. So I promised to get to channeling within the new year. I've kind of told my guides, like, okay, I'm ready to take this seriously. Like, I know that it's you and not me. And so when all the energy calms down from the store, I will dedicate more time to making these videos. But I just wanted to get on here and I asked Melchizedek if they had any more to say about this. We are approaching the second portal today that they talked about in this first channeling. And I also pulled cards in the first video. So the only thing they had to add was, okay, so they said, "Dear one, we thank you for attending to our message and channeling. We are excited to get it to the collective. Though some may perceive these shifts as negative, we assure you they are in humanity's highest timeline. We wanted to make your constituents aware of these shifts to avoid confusion and distortion. There's a lot of counter energies already on your planet that some may be receiving, and it's important to embrace these energies. Let them flow through you. Let them flow through your consciousness and know that a higher energy is on its way through the clearing and transmutation of these counter energies. The clearing of these energies is necessary for this new field integrating into the collective. We are so grateful for your work on this planet, and we hold you in the most high regards. We love you. We are with you. Let it be so." So that is from Melchizedek today, 12/12. And I wanted to kind of just inform you that, yes, I channeled this on the 23rd of October. Sorry, my cat. And this was about 3 portals. There is one there was one from the 1st of November to the 11th of November, another one from the 12th of December to the 21st of December, and then the third is the 1st of January to the 11th of January. And they've said kind of that we will be in a different place by the end of these portals. So this is the second portal, and I'd love to hear in the comments if you felt the first portal. But this video will make a lot more sense now that I've kind of outlined that for you. And I hope you enjoy this message. Beauties, I am so excited to bring this message to you. I don't know about excited actually, but it's urgent. So the guides have been trying to get me to sit down and channel them for a few days now, and I finally just kind of had the space to do it, and it came through very quickly. But this is a message that they want to get out about something that they call, let me pull up the note actually. They call it the Great Polarity Portal Acceleration. So I guess before I get into this channeling, I want to just kind of go over what I'm going to do for this episode. Is I'm going to report the channeling. I'm going to then get into some cards. I'm going to pull from 3 decks, a tarot deck, and 2 oracle decks. So anyways, this is going to be a series of videos. I'm going to be reporting on each portal. And the cards are going to be more about the specific portal, whereas Melchizedek, my guides who delivered this message to us, or to me, sorry, to us, they I don't really know how to say this, but they just kind of gave an overview of the purpose of these portals, and the cards are I'm going to connect with them, and the cards are going to kind of bring forward a message of like this specific one that we're approaching. So let's get into this great polarity. Okay, so the great polarity. It says, The Great Polarity is a series of portals starting with November 1st that will catalyze people's fields to transform their reality. The Great Polarity Acceleration is a series of portals starting with November 1st that will catalyze people's fields to transform their reality. Those who choose to be accelerated by these energies will notice they are in a completely different reality by February 22nd, 2026. These portals are pockets, much like eclipses, but numerological in nature. Example, November 1st, 2025 to November 11th, 2025. So that's 11 days. Then the next month, December 12th to December 21st. So that's 12/12 and then 12/21. Numbers. Then January 1st to January 11th. And then February 2nd to February 22nd. People should know they do not need to worry about where they will be or what they have chosen. It has been decided by a higher version of themselves in a higher realm. Focus your attention, rather, on staying close to your truth and your present moment. All will be well. Things to be expecting. Things to be expected. Dissolving of relationships, loss of jobs, political anarchy, earthquakes, strange weather and solar activity, financial collapses, market crashes. I am not gonna lie, when they got to this, I was very uncomfortable with channeling these things. I don't like making predictions like this, but I just realized that this was not me, that this was coming from. I kind of leaned into this a little bit more, and they said that they will not necessarily tell us which of these or which of these will happen, but they are saying that the planet, the energy, the political structures that are kind of failing right now, they're all positioned to crack. One of them will crack. And this is a way of Earth and even the collective energy, the collective spirit of Earth, the collective spirit of humanity, to purge and to cleanse and to balance their energy. So they continue. They say, these portals are splitting timelines farther than they have ever been. Those who find themselves awakening will struggle to fit into normal society as they integrate celestial energies and DNA upgrades. It will become so obvious the polarities that a large majority will bridge the two, activating consciousnesses. Okay, they continue here. It will become so obvious, the polarities, that a large majority will bridge the two, activating consciousness. The purpose of the Great Polarity Portal Acceleration is to become more obvious about the paradoxical nature of the third dimension, hence triggering massive awakening. This should be celebrated and not feared. We love you, we see you, we know you through the eyes of Christ. We hold you close. We know who you are in truth. We know what you are in truth. We know how you serve in truth. You are free. Melchizedek. So the one that's approaching November 1st to November 11th, they kind of were making me feel like this little pocket will be really intense, and then after it, just like an eclipse, and then after it, it'll settle off and allow you to integrate the change or integrate the acceleration. And then again, like 12/12 to 12/21, that's 9 days, it'll be like another little pocket of acceleration, real intense. And then afterwards, there will be some time to integrate. And then, February being the final one, it's like they're saying you're not going to be the same by February. And this doesn't necessarily mean that your life is going to look so vastly different. It's just like energetically, you're not going to be the same person. So let's get into some tarot here. The intention for this tarot reading is really to understand how we're going to transform through this first portal, and that is 11 1 or November 1st to November 11th. So I'm going to start with this Healing Waters Oracle. And the purpose of this oracle, I'm going to say, is to let us know, one, it's Scorpio season, but two, it's to let us know really what's going to be washing away for this portal. Like, what is it cleansing? What's happening here? Because these do feel very transformative, and in order to transform, we have to kind of let something go, right? We talked about that with like rapture and buoyancy in the last episode. So let's get in here. Let me just shuffle these until I feel ready here. A few things that I have going on for the end of October. This Saturday, the 25th, if you are in the Houston area, I have a psychic fair at Spirit Quest from noon to 6. I'd love to see you there. It's always great to have you. Usually a very busy day, and there's plenty for everyone. So if you're interested in that type of thing, we usually have a number of intuitives that come out. It's really fun, and Spirit Quest is always a great vibe. So there's that, and then the next day, I only have 2 seats left, but I have my Intro to Tarot course, which is from 1 to 5 on Sunday the 26th at Spirit Quest as well. And this class goes really deep. You will have a better understanding of tarot, 100%. The aim and the promise is to get you to ditch the guidebook because I teach the symbology of the tarot. And so once you know the symbology, it's like you don't even really need the book anymore because you understand the symbols, and the symbols are a lot easier to remember than just total like meanings. So that is the Sunday. Let's see what this has here. Oh, okay. 2 popped out and it says Selkie. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. Isn't that so appropriate for a Scorpio here? And then gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, and the long game. So I feel like one of the things that's happening in this first portal here is it's almost like it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to step up and be who you are. There's a degree of authenticity that is going to be shedding, coming to the surface, and allowing us to embody. So it's almost like there's like shell is cracking. That's kind of what I'm seeing in my third eye, is like this little chick, and it's like pecking its way from the outside or from the inside out. So I feel like there is a breaching of authenticity that has never been attained before by individuals. On a collective level, I feel like through this truth arising in this first 11-1 to 11-11 portal pocket, I feel like there will be this initiation. It's not necessarily, you're not going to see the results of initiations, but again, this is the initiatory pocket of this whole acceleration process. So, 11-1, this first pocket, it's going to be an initiation. So those people who feel it the most this first time around, it's like they will initiate everyone around them. They are going to be receiving the energies first, and then that is going to trigger everyone else around them and get them ready or assimilated to the next pocket of energies on December 12th. Super interesting. I'm going to ask if there's any more cards in this deck that want to come out just to kind of confirm this message. It says water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Yeah. So again, like cracking the codes, like I was saying, like this little shell is uncracking. It's like there's going to be parts of you that are not okay with anything that keeps you from being yourself. So it's almost like I'm getting this sense of like it. I mean, in water, it's kind of interesting, this image. It's like the ripples are the water's going to get still. And in stillness, we're able to kind of look at ourselves and take assessment and see what really needs to change. So I feel like this ancient wisdom is unlocking for a lot of us, And I kind of also want to know who will be affected by this. So I'm going to pull a tarot card real quick. Who's going to be affected by this? I'm hearing Scorpios, Knight of Cups. Yeah, so water signs are going to be the most affected by this. That's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces will be most affected by this. And I'm hearing not only sun in those signs, but also rising signs. And even like, yeah, no, that's all I'm hearing. Okay, so I'm going to get into this Sacred Rebels Oracle deck here. Let me show you. Sacred Rebels. I love this deck, and I'm not going to read from the transcript. Usually I don't, but let's see, kind of give us more details here. Any other messages coming through for this new information? It says restore and replenish, kind of interesting. And then against the grain, again, more water imagery. Dream a beautiful dream. It's kind of interesting, but there's been a lot coming up for me personally. And I don't want to make this about me, but I'm just gonna riff here a second because it's coming into my memory. There's a lot of Dark Night of the Soul energy in this portal. Like, I'm remembering when I was like in my early 20s, like I just had gotten out of college. I moved to Seattle. I was really trying to make something of myself. I was losing my hair. It was a super emotional, depressing time for me, but it was also so fertile. So, like, this void energy. And so it's almost like it's just giving me that energy. It's a very specific energy that I was in that's I can recognize. And it's a little bit nostalgic for me now, but at the time it felt very lonely and isolated, but not in like I perceived it as loneliness, but it wasn't lonely looking back. Like in hindsight, I'm like, that wasn't loneliness. That was like this fertile void, this isolation. Like almost like hermit energy, where it's like you are trying to figure some things out. Um, you're trying to kind of forge a new path in the mind, a new way of thinking. And through that, it's like this ego death, right? So, this restore and replenish, I almost feel like this portal is going to trigger an ego death. And in the ego death, you are often isolated, right? You're isolated. So maybe the ego death comes right now. Maybe it's happening right now for you. And so after an ego death, you have to kind of get quiet and allow yourself to integrate the lesson. And then, of course, when we shed a degree of ego, it's like there's more room to create, right? There's more room to allow the soul to come in and embody more creative energy and sacred energy. And so I feel like now is a time, again, this against the grain and dream a beautiful dream. There's going to be a lot of us that are. Let me just pull a tarot card to clarify this message, but there's going to be a lot of us who are like, no, I'm not doing it society's way. I am doing it my way. And yeah, King of Pentacle energy. Let's see, Ace of Pentacle energy. Isn't that telling? Okay. And then let me see here. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So that's so funny. Oh my God, Pentacles. So yeah, that confirms that it's going to be a lot of like, no, I'm going to work on my dream. I'm going against society. And again, remember what they said. They said that it's going to like trigger, it's going to create this polarity and it's going to trigger people to activate their consciousness. And the people who are initiating this process, it's going to happen fast for y'all. So I want to see kind of at the beginning of this bridge, the image that I'm kind of getting right now, sorry, the image that I'm kind of getting right now is this is the beginning of the bridge. At the end of the bridge, and that's February 22nd, 2026. We'll be in a completely different place. But at the beginning, the first few bricks of this bridge are you catalyzing off of this, you pushing away from or against the grain, like this card right here. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of us who kind of jump off the cliff, and we're in like this free fall here. Tarot cards for just kind of the energy. Two of Wands. That's a lot of planning here. Looking towards the future. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, yeah, and Knight of Swords. So, again, Knight of Swords is like really fast energy. So, it's like this energy is like we get Six of Pentacles, we get to a point where we're like, we've given enough. Like, we don't need to give any more parts of ourselves to this cause. And this Queen of Swords, this Knight of Swords, it's like, again, with the truth that Melchizedek said specifically, like, don't worry about anything. Where does it say? Hold on, I'm just looking on my phone here. Like, what it says, focus your attention on staying close to your truth and your present moment, and all will be well. So I agree. Like, this energy that the tarot kind of presented is my truth. Like, let it die. Let anything that's not true to me in this moment die, because our truth does change. Like, there's one truth, but then there's all of these different, like, subjective truths, right? There's an objective truth, but like nobody really knows that because we're all looking at it from our own perspective. And so the only objective truth that we can identify with is that we're spirit, is that we are in a spiritual reality and we're just having a physical experience. That's really the only objective truth. And so everything that does not meet your subjective truth must fall away. Because right now, the purpose of this polarity is to transcend paradigm. Okay, one more card just to kind of like wrap it all up here. I got the Tower. Yeah, let it fall. It's all falling away. And for the better. Any further wisdom here? Tower. Okay. They are expressive tonight. I have Strength. So again, this balance of ego, that will be the results. I have the Lovers, again, harmony. So that's kind of these. And then the Nine of Wands, which is kind of like this last stand, boundary type energy. So by the end of this November 1st to November 11th kind of pocket, you will have a lot better idea if you are an initiate of this portal pocket, of this great polarity acceleration. You will, by the end of it, feel a lot more aligned, a lot more balanced, and you will have a better idea of what your ego is and what your soul is and what it's saying. That's a better way of saying that. What your ego is saying, what your soul is saying, and which one you're going to listen to going forward. And I have just like a message that it's not going to be your ego. So you will be closer to the soul. I feel like this Nine of Wands energy is kind of like in the traditional depiction, it's like this guy and he's taking his last stand. It's like his last stand, last chance. And he has all of these wands kind of lined up behind him to make this wall. And it's funny that in this depiction it's a ladder, because how I depict that in this specific reading, if I'm thinking of the traditional image, is it's almost like spirit. I see through the wall of spirit now, because wands is fire and fire is like holy fire, like the spirit. And so it's like I see through spirit now. Nothing can get through this wall unless it's filtered through the lens of spirit first. And that is the purpose of this first pocket. And so with that, I just want to listen for any other messages from Melchizedek. If you have any other messages for me, Melchizedek, or for the constituents, the beauties here on earth, the earth angels. Okay. It's funny, I said earth angel and then Sandalphon came in and like kind of started blowing his trumpet. So let me just listen to this a little bit. Okay, so this is a message from Archangel Sandalphon, and he says, "My earth angels, there's no reason to fear the purging of the earth. And around this time on your planet, the purge can be a creepy a creepy saying, but it is not a purging of evil, or it is not a purging that will result in evil. It is a purging of evil. And this is something to be proud of. This is something to be celebrated. This is something to be uplifted. When you hear of this evil being purged, you will have to witness it. And we are sending you all the light and love to hold for the witnessing of this evil. It is not about condemning the evil. It is solely about witnessing the evil. You must witness the chaos, witness the evil, and hold the light for it to rise up and alchemize. The light is a catalyst. It is a transformer. All of the cockroaches scatter, never to return once you turn the lights on. This is what's happening on your planet now. And we are overjoyed. We love you so much, and may Christ return. I will tell you that in the past few months, my guides have gotten so much more involved with the word Christ. Like Melchizedek has always kind of said it, but even the angels, they talk about Christ a lot more, and they're calling this frequency Christ. And it is a Christian frequency, and it's not, Jesus was a Christ, and he did assume a Christ consciousness, but that wasn't his name. He was just christened, and so he became a Christ frequency. And this is what we're all going towards, you guys. And so in the past few months, anytime I'm hearing spirit, I'm with the angels, I'm with the ascended masters, I'm with the guides. They are saying, they are calling this frequency, they're not calling it the ascension anymore, they're just calling it Christ. Like, Christ is coming, may Christ come to earth. Like, they're ending my channelings with this stuff. And it's different. Like, it feels different. It feels like they're getting a lot more serious about this word and trying to, it's almost like exposure therapy. Like, they're trying to take the taboo out of this word, because it's been used to condemn, and it's been used to segregate. Like, oh, only Jesus Christ is the Christ. But no, everyone is a Christ. And so the second coming is really it rising within us. Of course, Jesus will eventually, I'm sure, make a debut, but the second coming is really Jesus or Christ or whatever you want to call it, us getting to that level of consciousness. And so this polarity that we have to see and witness is essential for us to realize this consciousness. It's almost like it's so polarized, it pushes against each other so much that a lot of us will just come to the middle and be like, okay, I can't play sides anymore. Like, what's true for me? If it's in the center, if I have to be a fence rider, I'm not helping the oppressed. I'm actually just elevating in consciousness, which will in turn help everyone. So if this resonated with you, I would love to know more. I have a few more events that I want to talk about with you guys. So before I pull my last card, November 2nd, I have an event called Beyond the Veil, and we are going to be doing something completely different. We're going to do a fire ceremony, which I'm super excited about. It's for the Day of the Dead. And we're going to be building an altar and doing a fire ceremony. We'll have some cacao, we'll have a live DJ and yoga, and then I'm also going to be doing my first floating sound bath. So if you're interested in that, I have tickets for sale. I will link them in the show notes. And then I also have on Saturday, November 8th, speed reading, which this month I will also be doing the Thrills and Chills upgrade, which is going to be my speed reading event, and then a ghost tour with the store next door to the Kava Lounge in Old Town Spring. So again, this is local to Houston. And then November 15th, I will be doing a Kundalini activation with Anna. This is from 11 to 2. And then also a new event that I am planning with Spirit Quest is going to be the Spirit of Solstice, and it is going to be a vendor market and craft fair. So if you are a vendor, craft maker, or any of the spiritual stuff, herbalist, whatever you do, if you would like to sell some of your goods at this market, I will have a way you can email me to apply to be a vendor. And then also on the 1st, I'm going to be opening up a mastermind. So if you're interested in any of these things, holler and I will get you the appropriate links. And finally, we are going to pull one more card. And I think that it is going to be from this Healing Waters. I just want to summarize, guys. You know what card we need. Okay, let's see. Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, and transformation. So again, it's funny that this portal, we're kind of at the beginning of it. And yeah, I don't know. But this message was intense for me. And I don't know if it was for you too, but it's just like, I feel like energy has been all over the place lately, and it's been a little bit overwhelming. Like I've been a little bit stalled, and I'm excited though because I do feel kind of like this amp up, and I feel like it's gonna kind of push some of us. It might stall some of us, but it's gonna push a lot of us. And usually I am a disruptor, a catalyzer, so I feel like this first push of energy is going to be just that. So here's to change. It is the only constant. Here is to evolution. Here is to ascension. I love you so much, beauties. And until next time, in Transforming with Tarot, I hope you have a great, great polarity.